Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob. And sitting here on the back porch and watching the deer laying down over there in the yard. Got two of them sitting over there. One of them right there. And one of them right over there. On the other side of this little pole here. Behind that tree. Just sitting there enjoying life, I reckon. I just got finished feeding them, so they'd leave me alone so I can do this slug test. So today we're going to test 3 slugs. All these come from krssc slugs. And the first one that we're going to test is the 495s. Now don't pay attention to the 459. He just happened to get it backwards, so it's 495s. These are the 495 50 cals, and this one is 191 grain. And then we're going to do this slug, and we're only going to do 3 shots per slug. This one here is a 495. He's making these for the M50, and these are 287 grain. I put these in a 10, so I stuck his sticker on the top of the 10. So pause the screen if you want to see that. Again, don't pay attention to the 459. It means 495. He has since then corrected that. And then he sent a 181 grain round ball for the 495. So we're going to test these also. So we got 3 slugs we're going to test, and or 2 slugs and a round ball. So we're going to test the 191 grain slug, which is this one first. And they basically look exactly like the Senecas, but they're better looking. They're not dented up. And we're trying to come up with a solution for packaging these so that when a customer buys them and they get them, they're not lambing around in the package getting dented up. So he's trying to work on a way to do that. I suggested shrink wrap or vacuum sealed, but you got to try to find a way that's cost effective. So it would be nice if you had a tray that slid out of a box that had them individually set in there, but that could get expensive. So but anyway, we'll go ahead and get started on this. I've got the chronograph set up, and we're going to do 3 shots each, simply because I don't want to use all my air on one magazine. I've got my gun filled right now at 3600. Now that last test that I did with the Avenger, that's actually not a fair test. You know, I don't know if anybody just decided, oh well, those are junk slugs. That was not a review on the slugs themselves. It was a Avenger test, so, or an Avenger review, and not every gun likes slugs. Now, yes, they would probably shoot better if I was to set the regulator and the hammer spring, I'm not readjusting my guns for these tests. I test them in the guns that I have, and they're all stock. I have no desire to change them settings unless I absolutely have to, because I am a pellet man. I am a firm believer in pellets because I have found better results out of pellets than I do slugs. Now, that's a different story when you're talking 357 and 45 and 50 cal. You know, your big bore, yeah, you want your gun set up to do slugs because that's what they're meant for. But when you get down to 30s, 25s, 22s, 17s, I prefer slugs. And so with the Avenger, it's not set up for slugs. Yeah, I could have adjusted the hammer spring, and yes, I could have adjusted the regulator, but when you do that, then I want to go back to my pellets. They're not going to shoot the same as they used to. I have it nailed down to where mine are accurate with pellets for anything below 25 cal, 25 and below. And we'll get started on this. I just wanted to try to explain that, you know, just because them slugs shot bad in my Avenger, that doesn't mean that they're going to shoot bad in every 25 caliber. My Avenger just happens to like JSB 33.95s, so that's what I have it set up for. And my gauntlet, the same thing. They're set up for pellets, not slugs. So, but anyway, we'll get started on this. I know I've rambled on enough, so let's do 3 shots with the first ones, which are the 191 grain. These. So, actually, no, let's start with the heavier one because I'm going to have to refill my gun. So, if I refill it and shoot these 3, the 287s, I don't have a whole lot of faith in these in my gun because mine is stock. I have not adjusted anything, and I'm not going to adjust anything. This is not, if my gun doesn't shoot them correct, that doesn't mean they're not going to shoot correct in yours. I'm telling you, these things look really nice. They're smooth. There's no dents in them. And that tells me that they're uniform and should shoot straight. But we already know that my M50 does not like a 336 grain. So this is pretty close. I mean, we're talking 287 from 336 of a difference. So it may shoot them fine. It may be getting closer. But on my particular gun, I believe that around 225, 240 should work just fine. Now we have hollow points that are coming that are going to be like this one, but it's going to be a hollow point instead. So the grain should be a little less. So we're going to start with the heavier ones first, and then I'll have to refill, and they do fit the mag just fine. So we will get started, and it's a job getting these magazines in this damn thing. I wish that they had it on the opposite side. So let me do it backwards here. Yeah, you have to bang them in too. I'm not understanding why that is. These are 495s, so they shouldn't be doing that. So let's go ahead and start with shot number 1. Get me set up here, get comfortable. Get my scope set. Alright, so now we're going to start with the heavy slugs, 287 grain. Wow, bullseye. 678. That would be cool if it continues that. Now that one went in just fine. Maybe it just had a little burr on it or something. So now let's do number 2. .594. Again, we had to bump it in. Alright, that's 3 shots with the 287s. So now we're going to go get my coffee moved. Trying to spill my coffee. Can't be spilling none of that Trump coffee. Now you get on out of here now. My little buck. He's coming in here. So I can just shoot. They don't care. But I don't want to hit him. So let's check our air. See where we're at. And right now we are at 3,000. So I think we can go ahead and now go on, get out of here. I'm going to shoot and you're not going to like the sound. Alright, so look, standing right there. I'm going to shoot. You're not going to like the sound. Alright, so now we're going to shoot. I didn't think you was going to like this. You just go on in the woods there. Alright, so now we're going to shoot. First shot with the 191s. Wow, that put a bigger hole, and yes, bullseye. 715. Oh, I like that. Hole on hole. And that is the 191 slugs, the short ones. And shot number 3, that one was 699. So now, shot number 3. I like that grouping. those did really good. We'll show all the targets here when we get done. All right, so that's our third shot. So now we're going to do round balls, and I'm hoping that they will fit or work okay in this. I don't have to load them by hand. See where we're at for air. We are at 2800. We're not using a whole lot of air on these. Alright, remember that last one was this one? That was a 713 on that one. I get sidetracked from time to time, and I forget to look at the chronograph. So now let's put 3. Well, I'm going to have to load it completely, but we'll do 3 shots of the round balls. And they fit nice. A little noisy. Don't think I'll be using them for hunting. Of course, it ain't much different than a muzzle loader. You gotta tap them in too. I'm wondering if that ain't got something to do with the barrel itself. Alright, so now we're going to fire 3 shots with the round balls, which are 181 grain. So shot number 1. Little high and to the right. And that was, check that out, guys. I don't like that. That's bullshit. Wow. I'm gonna have to tighten that up. It'll work until I get done. That was 723, the first shot. Yeah, I'm not impressed with those round balls. The round balls are not working very good. Not in my gun, anyway. That was 757. Third shot. $713. All right. So now I gotta put my set screw. I gotta tighten that set screw on the end here. So there's a set screw in there in the back of the bolt that tightens that bolt. So I'm probably going to double set screw it. There's a set screw that goes in against this that comes in from the back of the bolt, and it just needs to be tightened up, but I don't like the way that's set up. So now I gotta fix this one. Oh well. So let me go get them targets and we'll be back. So let me mark which holes is which and what target they are. First one was the heavy ones, which are the 287. And then the 191s. Alright, so the first slugs that we shot, I don't know if I told you that last number. I think it was 7, I think I did say it, 713. This one here is the 287, and I've got them numbered. This one's number 1, 2, and 3. Yes, it's still a kill shot. I think anything between 3 inches is a kill shot, and that is if you're aiming for the center of the vital organ, which is the heart or the lung. But I'm a brain man. I go for the brain. I don't want them getting up. I don't want them running off. So that is the results for the 287 grain. All right, then we've got the one that I like the best, made one big hole. That is the 191s. So that's the results for that one. That one's pretty self-explanatory. Just made one big hole. So far those are the best shooters. I like the way these 287s look, but I think they're just too heavy for my M50 anyway. All right, and then we've got the round ball 181s. They're not going to work very good for my gun. That's my grouping, and again, when I'm aiming, I'm always aiming for the center of the X. So that tells you that it's shooting high and to the right. So if you was to re-sight your gun for the round balls, they'd probably work just fine. It'd still be a kill shot. So we're talking, let me get actual measurements. Wow, just getting up gave me a back pain. Alright, so it's going to be hard to get a group on that, or a measurement on that one that was made in one big hole. Alright, so we got a 2-inch group on the 287s. Yes, they're still just fine. I like 1-inch groups, but 2 inches, I'm happy with a 2-inch group. Well, happier than a 3-inch. So that's a 2-inch group. The 191s, that's a 1-inch group. Plain and simple, one big hole. So these will probably depending on whether the hollow points do okay when I get them. I haven't received them yet. I was waiting on those, but I kind of wanted to go ahead and get these out of the way and get them shot and get some numbers on each one of them. Basically, we're just working to see what's going to do the best, and I'm working with him to let him know this is what works best, this is what doesn't work best. That way he can adjust and do his number on his side. So then we got, it's basically a triangle, 1.5 inches from that one. Yeah, so 1.5 inch group on the round ball 181s. So again, like I said, if you was to adjust your gun, if that was all you was ever going to shoot, if you sighted your gun in with the round balls, then yeah, those are kill shots. So I'm liking these 191s. That is an excellent group right there. I mean, one big hole. You can't ask for any better than that. So if your gun is stock like mine is, and remember I was shooting at 3600 psi. In fact, I think it was just a hair below 3600, so it's probably more like 3500. And I didn't use a whole lot of air. I didn't refill any air. I thought I was going to have to, and I had mine set or up there at like 3500, and right now it's showing 2600. I only used 1000 psi for all 9 slugs. So I'm actually impressed that I was to get 9 slugs and use that little bit of air. So that means that if I miss a deer 9 times, I'm still good. I got air. God, I hope a day don't come that I miss that bad. But anyway, that's my slug test for the krssc slugs. I think he calls it, everybody normally just calls it KRS. So I'm going to have to do that. Now these are with no lube. I noticed that he indicated that he sells these with Molly lube and super lube and no lube. So these are his labels. So I think that's pretty cool that he has 3 different options for these. These are called the mini GOOMBA'S, GOOMBA'S. These are the ones. These are the ones that you want for a stock gun. That was impressive that it done that. So apparently this gun likes the 191s. So we're going to do a shooting test or a slug test on the hollow points once I get him. Right now he's working on the mold and modifying it so he can do hollow points. So they're soon to come. I hope this gives you guys the information you need for these 3 slugs. Again, 191 mini GOOMBA'S, 181 round ball, and 287 grain. There's no name on that one. He only named the one, mini GOOMBA'S. So I know what my gun likes. It likes GOOMBA'S. Anyway, Don't forget to have your Trump coffee. Mine was too far away. It's a good thing I didn't fall and couldn't reach my coffee. Don't forget to have your Trump coffee. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and give Ray a call, and he'll fix you right up. So, you guys have a good one. Later.